Alright, I'm switching out a GX Shimano drivetrain on this here, my fat bike, and I'm putting on the TRP shifter and derailleur. I just put one on my cross-country bike, and it's got to be the best derailleur I've used personally that I've liked. So I'm putting it on more of my bikes. So I'm getting this bike ready for the winter. And I thought I would just record myself for anyone who's interested, and then maybe while I'm doing it, talk about drivetrains, what I like and what I don't. So let's get started here. Gotta take off these bar mitts. Bar mitts, I think, is a patented name. These aren't the name brand bar mitts. They're from a company called Cedaroo, handmade in America. They got fleece. I've got a few pairs of these. Keep my hands toasty. So this is the TRP EVO 12-speed. Really like it. Maybe I'll talk about drivetrains a bit. Before I tried out this, the SRAM Eagle, the original Eagle, not the electronic Eagle or the transmission, that was my favorite drivetrain by far. I've tried out the SRAM transmission. It shifts good under load. This TRP shifts pretty good under load too. But the shifting was slow, and I've had customers have problems with the software. Last year I was helping out at a bike ride. It was a road bike ride, and I was at the 90-mile mark, and the only mechanical problems that I saw come up were people who had problems with their electronic shifting. In theory it's good. I'm sure some people like it. Like if I had a demo fleet, I would throw the SRAM GX transmission on everything. It's a lot less susceptible to like negligent abuse, but it is finicky in its own way. And having to charge batteries, the electrical issues can go bad. So yeah, I'm a fan of cable. But Shimano's 11-speed drivetrain, that was super good, and I still have it on one of my bikes. The 11 speed's great. Shimano's 12 speed's alright. The derailleurs just randomly snap in half, even the XT stuff. I would say the SRAM shifting is a lot better in 12 speed than Shimano is in 12 speed. That's why I've kind of just stuck with this GX stuff. It's been around for almost a decade now. I think it has been around for a decade now, the SRAM 12 speed. But yeah, so I'm finally going over to something else. Maybe one day an electronic drivetrain will just drive me crazy, and I'll just hop on board with it. But if something is heavier, less reliable, and costs more, why would you put it on your bike? You know, I like stuff that doesn't cost as much. That's not super important to me, but it is something on the list. I don't like heavier things, and if it's heavier and isn't quite as reliable for what I use it for, there's no point in using it. Oh, if it makes you faster, maybe, but I don't think electronic shifting is making anyone faster, really. So this bike right here is my Corvus Magnus titanium fat bike. I got it last year, and well, this is going to be a short video because I didn't charge my battery and I don't know what I'm doing. So my batteries are gonna die. You're not gonna see me install this. Bummer. Bummer for you. I don't know, I'm still gonna have fun. I'm still putting it together. Is it not quite dead? Okay, well, we'll keep going. Let me show you this bike here. Yeah, so I have the GX, this XX1 cassette, or is this the XO1? Best cassette ever made. To be fair, I haven't tried out the TRP cassette. It uses a microspline, and all my hubs are XD. But yeah, the other bummer thing about the new SRAM Transmission is the highest end cassette is basically half stapled together. So it's half a GX cassette. So their highest end stuff that's current is heavier and costs less to make than the highest end stuff of their last generation group set. So this is the old Eagle cassette that was complete. Everything except the largest gear was milled out of one CNC machined block down. They last so long. I think I've only worn out one cassette. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think I'm done rambling. I think I'll just take little shorts of me hooking up the TRP drivetrain and then show it shifting, and yeah, and get going. My battery's low anyway, so. Okay, you gotta turn off. This is called the hall lock. It keeps the derailleur from rotating while it's on, which is nice, but you have to turn that off to install it. I'm gonna show you something with this. This is the SRAM shifter thing. You think it'll just fit. It's not. You can tighten it up and it'll hold, but this has a lip to it. More of a lip. You're going to have to use the TRP supplied one. You see how it has a lip to it? That means these grips are already ripping. I gotta cut off these grips. Alright, so I'm setting the ergonomics of this. That's where my brake is. These are my Lewis copycat brakes. I'm gonna do a video about these, but I'm focused on these right now. So I'm gonna have it right there. See how I got little hands? Got some little tiny hands here. Well, I don't think they're tiny, but so that's a little farther to reach. I can set it. I can undo these bolts, and I'm going to move it a little bit farther in so it's easier for my thumb to reach. This is something only the highest end SRAM has, this adjustment on the old group set. I don't know about the SRAM Transmission 90. I don't think it has this adjustment either. And then this is cool. So if you have an e-bike, it'll just shift once. You can move it and shift a whole lot of gears like a Shimano lever, or if you don't have an e-bike. I mean, you could set this with an e-bike, but I think the torque you put on shifting on an e-bike, it's probably not wise. But yeah, so I'm going to be running it like that. So super adjustable. So I couldn't find easily a video that explains this clutch system. I kind of figured it out on my own. So you have this thing, and then you have this lever. So you push that lever down. If I can get this. Buttons. I'm working here. You pull that out. Do you see that? You push on this, and then you pull that out. That slaps back, and then it's loose. And then to engage it, see this metal cog thing? It just claps back into there. You're routing the cable through. This pulley, you see how it's removable? So SRAM, they used to have it removable. I think there's a bearing in here. The SRAM, you had to buy an upgraded thing from Bike Yoke that had a ball bearing to get good shifting. So I think that might be one of the reasons this shifter's better. Nice. The rest of the setup is just regular, just like a SRAM or Shimano. You have the min, max, that. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, I adjusted this out. You can see just a tiny bit, so my thumb reaches. Yeah, that's it. TRP EVO 12 speed.